We tend to believe we're not going to discount anything. However, we tend to believe that the Billy Jasper account is highly likely close to the truth. Not saying it's entirely true, but when you go through every bit of what he's saying, it makes it. We've gone over and over and over. In 4 years, we have tried to pull it to pieces, and everything stacks up. And the very important thing, I think I mentioned it before, is he doesn't just talk about the murders of Tate, Tucker and Rolfe. He talks about the murder of Nick Whiting, and the information that the evidence that he gives in relation to the murder of Nick Whiting is completely corroborated. We've spoken completely separately to Billy Jasper. We've spoken to the officer in the case for Nick Whiting's murder. We've spoken to surveillance officers from the Met who were on, watched or doing surveillance on the British flag at the time that one of the stolen cars turned up, etc., etc., etc. We've spoken to another Met detective who's, Albert Redding was his informant. That's in the public domain. No, there's nothing in Albert's dead, so it doesn't matter. But when you put everything together, what Billy Jasper is saying makes complete sense. Not everything is correct, but it makes a very compelling argument. Then you add into it and I've got to be very careful what I say here, when you add into it the new evidence, the new witnesses, it becomes even more compelling. I know one particular individual doesn't like the word compelling, but that's the word. It's compelling. And if you stuck it in front of the Court of Appeal and you got particularly the new witness to give evidence, I think that there'd be a finding of a miscarriage of justice almost immediately, a wrongful conviction immediately. So I think that to answer the question, the story that Billy Jasper puts forward, that he was the driver, he names the people who set it up, and I'm not going to name them here. He talks about Billy Gale, and that's been corroborated now. And he talks about the person who was the assassin, and that's we think is probably the true story.